What's going on, guys? Getting ready to talk about some stocks here. Let me see who's coming into the room. Where the fuck have... Why do they keep changing shit, man? Every time I fucking go, they keep changing shit. Like, everything is not where it used to be. All right, guys. Just want to talk stocks into the close today. Seeing where the market is headed. See what you guys are trading. What's going on, Bats? And it's very impromptu. Let me let people know I'm live. What's going on, Bats? Hey, Bats, how's your room doing? Everything going good with that? Hopefully I don't sound too loud. I know I'm kind of shouting here, because I cannot find my goddamn headphones, but I don't really need the headphones. I just want to make... What's going on, TBG? You guys just give me a second. Let me just go ahead and post I'm live into the chat room. Oh, God. Now my computer is like fucking slowing up and shit now because I'm live. I'm live. Join me to talk into the close. All right. All right, guys. What's going on, Patrick Lindsay? What's up, man? What's going on, everybody? Let's go ahead and talk the markets, man. And ladies and gentlemen, man, it's been a real boring 30 days, man. I got to tell you, it's been a real... cash. Just stay in the cash. In fact, you'll make more money. You'll make more money just saving your money, adding up month after month, than you would. If you can see me, press 1, man, because I'm getting different messages here that I can't be seen and all of that shit. Hold on. God, man, I can't even fucking go live. This is why I want to go live, but everybody's on the fucking computer. Everybody is fucking... It just makes it so fucking hard. Okay, you can see me, guys? Okay. I don't know what's going on. How I'm the one streaming and it's saying that I can't be seen. But okay, if I can be seen, that's cool. That's cool. That's fine. So if you guys can see me, I can't see myself, that's fine. Basically, I want to know, how are you guys making money right now in the market, right? Because I literally just 2 days ago, we had an incredible sell signal in the market, right? We had an incredible, it was almost looked like it was time to get back long. So, you can't play this market too close. Now, I learned my lesson. If you follow me on Twitter, I learned my lesson back in April. Really trying to day trade this market, really trying to, find alpha between the hours. And I only found myself getting my ass handed to me. You know what I mean? Getting my ass handed to me. So I'm like, okay, let me stop breaking my own rules. And get back to these 45, 60-day iron condors. And so far, it's been working. In fact, let me show you a trade I'm in now. I just do a copy and paste. Won't show you the whole thing. I'll just show you the brackets, because I don't pay taxes on my, who does? Well, I do, but I don't want to. So June 26th, this was 60. I was in at 60 days, but now I've only got 43 days left between 3110 and 1800. So I don't give a fuck what happens. All right. I don't give a fuck what happens. At the end of about a week and a half ago, I was scared as hell because I got about, almost $17,000 in this trade. All right. That's going to net me about 7.5 if I wait for max gain. Right. So it's a lot of risk. It's a lot of risk on the table. And I was a little bit scared when we were getting up to that about 2970 level. I was like, hold up. This is ridiculous. We got 30 million jobs lost, and you telling me we're at 2,900 right now? 2,970 right now? Absolutely ridiculous. What's going on, Rel, Stockafella, Dawson, Uber Eats? Shout out to everybody in the chat room right now. Good. Network Geek, you say you can see me fine. That's good. That's good. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Dawson, Uber Eats. I'm live right now, though. I'm live right now. So I've been making money using mid to high cap, but you got to be quick. Absolutely, man. You have to really be a sniper to really make money in this market because, again, you're getting sell signals, and then overnight, the Fed is playing overnight. I mean, it's clear as day that they're playing in the overnight markets because, you sell all day, and then overnight where there's very little liquidity, you're seeing, just unusual action. I mean, just highly unusual action where it's just loading and loading, and you're like, why are they buying? Who's where is this unlimited liquidity coming from? And what's happening is that, again, the Fed is giving institutions money at 0%. It's literally no risk money. And yet we as retail traders, there's nowhere for us to go to borrow money to trade where it makes sense, right? There's nowhere for us to go. So we are limited in our capital and are forced to take positions and take trading strategies that force us into trades that, require us to sit patient for, days, weeks at a time to make money. And it's very frustrating. While these banks and institutions make money literally by the minute, by the second, by the dollar, by the penny or the nickel using, algorithmic trading. It's very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Is the market too high? I mean, at this point, I've been someone who was all about the data, weeks, months, years ago, but I've come to find out that it just doesn't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? It just don't matter anymore. Nobody, it's as if nobody cares. Let me answer this first. It's as if nobody cares that, we're trading at what, 18 a PE of almost market wide, right? Almost 18, 19 PE for the market, right? And these companies are not earning anywhere near 18 times earnings this coming quarter. And they say, well, the market is forward looking. The data is coming in telling you that it's going to be bad forward looking. So if we're forward looking, how forward are you? How did you end up? I lost money in Beyond Meat. I mean, I told people that. That's why that second video in Beyond Meat, I was like, look, in Beyond Meat, they're going to beat, because I found out later after my first video, I got an email. That's what's great about making content, because other people watch it and send you emails and shit. They said that it was going to be a beat, and you better get out of there. And this isn't somebody who was like my friend or anything like that, but some of the links he sent me kind of proved his point. And sure enough, that Beyond Meat wasn't the greatest beat in the world, but considering, what was going on with the fact that Tyson was shutting down all their plants and all of that crap, the catalyst was on their side, man. The catalyst was on their side. And Beyond Meat now is where it is because these plants are shut down, and but that's not translating. Let's keep it 100 right now. That's not going to translate into more people eating Beyond Meat. All right, let's keep that a buck. That's not going to translate into the fact that this company is still not a profitable company. But it is what it is. I did lose on that trade. But that's trading. That's trading. Beyond Meat. Where is it at right now? 134.53. Yeah, that was really let me turn my simulator off here. That was really a frustrating trade, because you're looking at it and you're like, really? But it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, you got a company like Grubhub, which is going to get bought by Uber Eats. This COVID-19 has really been a change in sentiment for a lot of companies that if, things wouldn't have happened the way they did, they'd probably be at zero or on their way to zero. I mean, Grubhub is a perfect example like that. Grubhub was, on its way to zero. Made a lot of money on Grubhub going downhill. But, things have changed, right? Stay at home, order food. A company that was barely making money, right? I mean, spending $10 for every dollar that they were earning, that's basically now flipped on the other side. Now you don't have to advertise at all, and you're just going to make shitload of money with people calling in orders. And you don't have to advertise at all. All right? Look at a stock that I just made a video on, Waiter. Waiter, I keep forgetting this stock, WTHR, is it W? Is RH, I think it's RH. Here's Waiter. You know what I mean? Waiter, I saw it was oversold all my allocators, so I went and cashed out on that one. But looking to add a little bit more here, because I did jump back in, but I don't know. We're kind of struggling today, so I'm not sure what next week looks like. We're kind of struggling today. The volume was 3.9. I don't know. I thought we'd see some stronger volume today than what we saw. We left a lot of people up there in the 280s. You saw you bought some last week at $1.58. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, a lot of people made money off that video. I like that. I like that. Won't see me jumping all the way back into small caps, but it was nice when I saw the engineer bring that up. I said, yeah, this is about to run. This is about to run. And it looked real good. What do I think about airline stocks? They all look like shit, man. They all look like shit. I lost $500 in Save, SAVE, which is Spirit Airlines. I thought that was going to pop off. You know what I mean? Discount airline. I thought that was the bottom for Save. Sure enough, we retested the bottom. So, out of that, so at this point, if I'm going to jump back on the airlines, I'm going to look at an ETF called JETS, JETS. That is an ETF that gives me exposure to the American Airlines, United. It also gives me some EM play into that too. There's some emerging market airliners in there as well too. It's the only and the best ETF considering the airlines, because when I'm looking at the airlines, particularly in the United States, it's not there, man. It's not there. They're talking about taking out the middle seats. They're talking about maybe 50% capacity. That basically means these companies are going to be unprofitable at that point. Yeah, they're going to be unprofitable. So, to be honest with you, I can see United States of America going into a situation where the federal government has to own an airline. We're going to be like South Africa or, Switzerland or many of these other countries that just have, airlines that are owned by the government. I mean, just because I just don't see where the profit comes from. I don't see who can make money in the market the way it is. You're just going to have the federal government. It's going to be like UPS, right? The Postal Service. All right. It's going to be like the United States Postal Service, USPS, excuse me. where the federal government owns it. They operate. They're going to go, which could end up being a good thing for a lot of people. They're going to end up going to places where, a lot of these carriers didn't want to go. They're going to be able to sell you tickets at prices that, maybe a private carrier wouldn't have been able to make happen. So I think it's going to end up being a very good thing for consumers. But I don't know how you're going to be able to find and be successful as an airline, as a business. I mean, when you're losing, for example, what United came out almost a month ago when they were asking for a bailout, when they said they were spending $80 million a day. $80 million a day, making no money. And this was a month ago now. Obviously, I mean, I've been seeing a couple videos where they're, some planes out, but that's at significantly less of a flight schedule than before. So everything just looks bad, man. Everything looks bad. And I watch CNBC, and you got these people who are trying to pretend like they're doctors and, hey, guys, by December, we're going to be just fine. Everything by December. And there's no cure for this thing out here. These people are talking about vaccines like, like everybody's just going to hop on board and let the federal government or some private company inject them whatever the fuck that thing is. It takes 4 years typically to design a vaccine. And you're going to tell me to put whatever chemical that you produced into my baby in 4 months? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, man. You can put it in your kids. I ain't putting it in my kids. I'm not putting it in my kids. Hell no. Y'all can do that shit, but not me. Ford Motor Company. Speaking of Ford Motor Company and GM, I got a lot of friends up there that are very concerned about whether or not their parents are going to continue to receive, their retirement money. I forgot what it's called. Their pension money. A lot of people wondering whether or not, Ford can make it. There's a lot of things going on in the background that a lot of people aren't talking about, and CNBC is not covering. A lot of these companies, man, they need money. And the federal government print. You're seeing it in the price of gold. I called gold back on March 4th. You can go to my Twitter. I said $17.50 by December. We're at $17.45 right now. I'm 6 months off. 6 months early. Carrie Lundy, you said you're a treasure hunter? Oh, that's what's up, man. Long time no see, brother. You think they will rebound? The thing about first 392 is how? How are they going to rebound? We got to, how? Corporate spending is down, right? So these business executives aren't flying. Where does the spending come from? Where does the spending come from? That's what I want to know. I want to, and plus, you're going to let the chart speak for itself. And when you look at these charts, let's look at it at United Airlines, right? That's the UAL. Where? This is the daily chart. You're seeing a little bit of support here, but, let's look at a weekly. This, where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? It's very clear, particularly when you look at the higher time frames, that, it's not there yet. It's not there yet. And, again, when you're a retail trader dealing with limited capital, it's so important that, you don't jump on these things early, because you can't afford to lose money consistently. So it's best that, if we're going to bounce, then let it bounce and then come in on the follow through. Don't try to be, Mr. Unlimited Capital and be like, well, I'm averaging down. That's a losing strategy for most traders. That's a losing strategy for most traders. Cruise lines, CCL is not really the only one. I know there are other ones out there. Norwegian has the best balance sheet. Norwegian supposedly has the best balance sheet. But cruise lines up today almost 4%. But again, down for the week. Again, we'll see what the turnaround here is. The cruise lines that look better than the airlines, or at least this particular stock does anyway. But CCL, doing something here. Let's see the follow through. All right, let's see the follow through. I'd love to see a breakout of $15 on Carnival Cruise Lines. I mean, if we're going to go up, we're going to go up, right? I mean, what is $3? If you're saying that this is the bottom, I'm not saying you in general, but if you're saying this is the bottom, it's okay to be a little late. If it's going to 25, going to 27, what's $3? What's $3? Nate, you said you've been watching the travel industries for a month. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? I got a travel site, a blog that I'm putting together, and it's just a bunch of little articles people write about some travels, and then you're gonna press links, and it goes to airlines, and I make money off the affiliate traffic, and just looking at what other people are doing, and it's not there yet. We're not seeing the demand there yet. When you're seeing companies like Hotwire and Expedia laying off people, saying that this is going to be the worst quarter ever, I mean, it's not there yet. Not there yet. NCLH earnings was trash. Yeah. I mean, they're all struggling. They're all struggling. And again, my hopes is that Congress is going to expand the unemployment. Anybody here getting that $600 bonus? Shout out to anybody getting that $600 bonus, particularly if you live in some podunk, city where your rent's like $400. I got a homegirl up there in Iowa. She used to live in Detroit. She went to school and went to go run track at Iowa. Shit didn't work out, but she ended up sticking around out there. She getting that little $600 thing. Her rent is like $400. I mean, she's living a life out there on unemployment. So shout out to everybody who's getting that thing. It looks like it's going to ended up getting extended till possibly the end of the year. You say, yeah, that's $600, man. Shout out to the Democrats. They played the game well, man. They got Trump. They caught him slipping, and he was desperate. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. And they caught the Republicans slipping, and they got that passed. Shout out to the Democrats for that, man. Shout out to the Democrats for that. And now all the Republicans are like, oh, God damn it, how did we let this happen? I mean, they caught y'all slipping, man. They caught y'all slipping. And it looks like it's going to get extended to the end of the year because you can't give people money and take it away. Don't happen like that. You cannot give people money and take it away. Once you start giving people money in America, you got to keep giving it to them. That's even on a personal basis. If you ever been cool with a chick, you start giving her some money, you can't stop. Once you start giving a woman money, you're going to have to keep doing it. Otherwise, the whole relationship changes once you stop, right? And it's the same thing for the federal government now. If they pull this back, right, they pull this money back, Trump can be looking at possibly losing the election. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Bats, you said you don't qualify the bonus, but you're being rewarded for the work you're doing for COVID. Shout out to you, Bats. Appreciate you, Bats, out there trying to save the world. Make sure you get a patent on that or some stock options or something, Bats. Because please believe whoever comes up with the cure for this is getting paid. Okay? They're getting paid. This isn't the 1930s, 40s, 50s. When I forgot his name, I used to know it by heart, the man who created the polio vaccine. He did it by the graciousness of his heart. That could never happen today. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the man who created the polio vaccine gave it completely free. This man could have been a trillionaire. His Grandkids today would still be making billions of dollars, right? That's one of the, it's on the vaccine schedule when you get born, right? But he decided to give it up to the blessing of his heart, and it is what it is. I mean, even a dollar, he didn't even want a dollar for it. Crazy. He said you have a friend that's been furloughed and she's making more money on unemployment than her actual job. Shout out to her. It's okay. I mean, look, that's what it is, man. I mean, for the first time in a very long time, you know, the people who have been screwed over by Wall Street, screwed over by their federal government, finally, you know, earning a little bit of paper, earning a little bit of change. Now, unfortunately for most of them, they don't have the financial education to give them the, you know, wherewithal to understand where best to allocate that extra money, right? A lot of them, unfortunately, are going to buy frivolous things like televisions and, you know, make stupid, you know, gambles with the money, right? But, you know, what we're seeing in the market right now is a demand side recession, right? There's no demand for the things, for the goods and services being produced. So there was this idea that, well, if we give these people this extra money, that they are not, you know, educated enough to know that they should actually be hoarding the money and that they'll actually go out there and spend it. You know, so there was, you know, please believe, don't think that this money was given to people under $70,000 a year out of the graciousness of, you know, the heart of the senators and congressmen. No, they think these people are dumb enough to go out there and spend willy-nilly. I mean, hey, we're going to give you extra money. They're going to go out there and spend it. All right. The company you work for is manufacturing COVID-19 diagnostic kits. Oh, for CODX? Okay. Yeah, for CO. Ooh, okay, big pop this week on CODX earlier. Looks like things calmed down because you guys had a huge run up earlier. Bats, what was that one that I saw on the news on Bloomberg that there were kits that were sending out false signals? I don't believe it was you guys', but supposedly a manufacturer had kits that was sending out almost 10% false signals. What would I buy right now? Man, gold, bro. Have you seen JNUG, Nugget, UGLD, SLV, USLV for the leveraged? I'm playing the leverage side just because the money is coming in a bit faster on the leverage side. But here's USLV. Again, I made a call March. I told you $20 silver is on its way. I made a video talking about the March to $20 silver. Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming, man. It's coming. I mean, I'm telling you right now, unless you're on your deathbed, you are going to see $2,000 gold, $20 silver in your lifetime. The Federal Reserve, the federal government, they have turned on the printers. They have specifically said they are going to spend. And if you are, again, I've said this many times, if you're a wealthy person in Burundi, Belize, Brazil, Pakistan. I mean, if you're a wealthy individual and you want to protect what you have built, you have no choice but to go into gold and silver right now. I mean, even the dollar, which is, soaring. I mean, don't get it twisted, soaring, crushing these third world countries, which have dollar denominated debt. I've got a lot of family members in Africa. They're telling me, man, the price of everything that's coming from America is just out of control. Anything, toasters, ovens, anything that's coming from America is so expensive now. It's incredibly expensive. iPhones out of this world right now, even though those come from China. But, people, if you're in Africa and you want to buy an iPhone or something like that, nobody's going to take any of the local currency. They're only going to take dollars for it. All right, when you sell an expensive phone in Africa, they only want dollars. They don't want anything in the local currency. All right, and that's now going for a lot of other things. That's going for a lot of other things. But going back to gold, the federal government is sending out all of these loans, right? These are basically loans. And wealthy people are smart enough to know that, see, taking a loan is the easy part. Taking a loan is the easy part. Paying it back is what's difficult. And you're looking at the companies that are getting this money, and you're looking at some of their balance sheets, looking at some of the small businesses that are taking these, small little 100, thousand, 1 million, $2 million loans. They're not going to pay this money back. I think you're going to see massive amounts of, what's the proper word for it when you can't pay on the loan? I know there's a proper word for it in banking, but, overall, you're just going to see bankruptcies like crazy over the next 6 to 12 months if we don't see demand increase. And you're not going to see demand increase, particularly if you don't have a pill or something like that you can take to cure this thing. And I've been staying in the house. I mean, I literally got an afro now. I got an afro. I can pick out my, I got a pick that can stay in my thing because I'm not going to the barber. I refuse. I am not going to the barber. I'm not going anywhere. My Amazon, they can deliver in front of my house. I'm not going anywhere. These hospitals are killing black folks, man. But that's a different conversation. But when I found out they're, getting paid money to diagnose people, oh no. You're getting paid to diagnose positive. You're getting paid, if somebody gets into a situation where they get on a ventilator, oh no. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I'm going to rock the fro, though. I just need to get it lined up. You know what I'm saying? Once I get it lined up, I'm going to take the hat off. But, right now, it's just... But, yeah, I got to get it lined up, man. I can't find my T-liner right now. That's what's pissing me off. I got a T-liner, but I can't fucking find it. What am I doing with my stimulus? Oh, my stimulus check is in the market, man. I got my stimulus check right now in the market. I got some of it in JNUG, and I got some of it in a futures options play on gold. In fact, here's my trading notebook. Thank you for bringing that up. So I got to trade an iron condor in gold for June 25th. That's why I say you got to keep everybody's got to get a trading notebook, man. So June 25th, 1855 to 1860 on the call side, 1580 to 1585 on the put side. It risk was 1598 and max profit is 1400. Max profit is 1400. There's no better risk reward right now than gold. Futures gold on the gold futures right now. So by June 25th, if the market for gold is between 1855 and 1855 and 1580, then I'm going to earn $1,400 on that particular trade. All right, that's just a little over a month from now. I just wanted to see what the stimulus is going to do for that. If I can flip my stimulus that way, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's a pretty good trade. What's going on, Dave? Shout out David Lincoln from the David Lincoln Show in the building right now. Famous Dave. Y'all go ahead and check him out. Goes live practically every morning. Do I think gold will go to that price? Possibly. But I know 1580 is not on the tables right now, right? Again, that's why in Iron Condor, you're just giving yourself a range, right? You're giving yourself a range. So, I don't think, 1550, or 1850 is, out there, but you just don't know, bro. You don't know. I mean, if you told me on March 1st that we'd be at 1745 2 months later, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you. I think on March 1st, we were, just barely breaking 1600. All right. Let me see here. March 1st. Yeah, I mean, March 1st, bro, we were like 1630. We are 1630. If you told me that in 2 months would be another $100, I wouldn't have, not that much. I was saying 1750 for December. So yeah, when we're talking about a month from now, yeah, I'm gonna give myself, another $100, $150 from where we are now, $110 from where we are now, because, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we're watching here a literal supernova event happening in gold right now. Look at the last 4 days. Let me go back to that weekly chart here. This isn't this. Look at this. This is from the March lows. The market is telling you something here, folks. The market is telling you something. It said, Major Mosby said, put your students on. Hey, in my course, I teach you guys how to make money in gold. If you got my course, you know that there's a video in there teaching you how to make money on gold contracts using these iron condors. There is money to be made using futures options on commodities right now, particularly gold and silver. All right. And the reason why, again, I'm such a fan of the iron condor is because, the stock picking price game, I'm not smart enough. And I'm happy to admit that. I'm not smart enough. As you can see, I made a call for December. We were there 2 months later. I appreciate you, John Sanders. Okay, yeah, I'll put it. I mean, I saved that for the course. I saved that for the course because that's kind of my bread and butter, but I'll think about that. Yeah, JNug. Follow me on Instagram. I gave the JNug call almost a month ago now on JNug. Back when it was trading at $7 and something cents. Obviously, they did reverse split. So, but we're up nicely from where we were when I mentioned JNug. Riot Blockchain is another one that I gave on Instagram as well. Shout out to the people who follow me on Instagram. What are your thoughts on call options? You have a corporate. Yeah, call options are great. Again, I'm a spread guy, but call options, nothing wrong with playing your calls. You just have to be, you're going to have your P's and Q's when it comes to direction if you're going to just play calls. If you're just going to play options like that, straight calls and puts. That's the thing about leverage. When it's making money for you, it's your best friend. But when it goes against you, boy, it puts you in pain. So they're printing so much money right now. It's costing more dollars for that ounce of gold. Yeah. And I see that continuing, Dave. I see that continuing. I mean, look at that. We're on our fifth Senate bill to print more money. I mean, what are we now? $11 trillion? This is just the beginning, because let me tell you something right now. Everybody knows but isn't saying, particularly business media, is that we got probably another year of this. Right? Probably another year of this. You got some companies out there putting experimental drugs out there, which is very dangerous, and nobody's mentioning it. That is very dangerous to put out experimental drugs. Particularly, you're talking drugs that have been tested on like 200 people, and you're going to be using this on millions of people, and you don't really have an idea of what the side effects are. I mean, we're traveling down very, very dangerous road here. Very dangerous road. That's why it's so important if they put out some drugs and they say, hey, you got to be, be very, very careful, man. Very, very careful, because you got to understand, when you're having vaccines, particularly in the United States of America, there's no risk to the company making the vaccine. You cannot sue anybody for giving you a bad vaccine in the United States of America. All right. So you got to be very careful, man. These are publicly traded companies that are out to make money. All right. Executives are stepping on the foot of their scientists to get something out there because there's billions of trillions of dollars to be made. And they could care less if it makes your dick soft and where you can never use it, to where you can't have kids, to where your hair falls out, to where you develop cancers. I mean, they don't fucking care, dude. They don't fucking care. Say, name 5 stocks you would buy and hold on to right now. 5 stocks that I would buy and hold on to right now. To be honest with you, is that? I think is it NEM? Newmont Mining, and NEM is the largest gold miner in the country. That'd probably be my number one. God, I hate them. As much as I hate them, I'd probably buy Amazon, number 2. Although the tide will turn against them. Public tide will turn against them when they realize all their favorite businesses are gone and the only way they're getting the things they need is from this big old company that doesn't pay taxes. Tide will turn against them, but Amazon for now. Probably third one probably be McDonald's. I think they're gonna figure it out. Right now, things are looking a little tight, but they're gonna figure it out. Because at the end of the way, the quick, fast meal, I just don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. And they can close the dining halls to a point where nobody ever comes in. But, McDonald's, I think, will still be a worldwide winner. That's number 3. The last 2, I'd probably have to do some work on. But those probably be my top 3 if I had to hold on. I'd probably say the last one, maybe even, fourth, probably Verizon. But Verizon, probably Verizon or some communications play. The problem with Verizon, they've got a huge problem when it comes to their pension plan. They still got, a lot of money there that's owed, but huge demand for their product and services, right? And we're seeing consolidation in the space too with Sprint and T-Mobile now. So we'll see. We'll see. Walmart, Walmart probably. Yeah, Walmart. Walmart's going to be around. Walmart's going to be around. They're definitely figuring it out. They're going to be figuring it out. But those stores might, those stores are big. Walmarts are made for people to go there. Their internet presence is very strong, but at the end of the day, they are made for people to get up and go into those stores. They're going to have to spend major capex to turn those stores around. All right, to turn those stores around. They're going to hire maybe more people to, be stringent about, hey, keep your mask on. Hey, because Walmart, I know there's a website in high school, I don't know if it's still up, called People of Walmart. You got women who are just walking around there with their ass jiggling out and everything like that. Walmart's going to have to become a different kind of place in a lot of little cities. You're going to have to, get straighten yourself up before you go in there. Tracking markets Tracking markets is my Instagram. Tracking markets. Yeah, I don't have my phone set up today, Zach. Very impromptu, bro. I'm just showing up. Yeah, I don't have my things. But you can tell them whatever you want to say in the comments. What are you guys thinking about Bitcoin right now, man? Shout out to Bitcoin right now. I'm not the biggest fan of cryptocurrencies, even though I've got a video coming out because I'm actually going to be entering that space in a very interesting way. I got started in a program 2 weeks ago with this school that's teaching people how to become blockchain developers. And I'm looking to get back into the workforce because one thing I've learned is that, man, this whole, depending on the internet thing, the affiliate marketing thing, it's good money. But when the industry can turn on you like that really was a shock. So I need to get upskilled in something that's going to still allow me to work from home, because I'm not going back into the office. I refuse to do that office bullshit. But this work from home life, ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning, man. This is the beginning. Companies that are all about the work from home, companies that are about production management from home and shit like that. That's going to be a huge deal. That's going to be a huge deal. And I'm going to make a video about that blockchain school later. You bought a lot of XRP? Okay. When it comes to blockchain, Bitcoin is gold and Ethereum is silver. Really is like that. Most of your software that's on the blockchain is built on ETH. A lot of banks love Ripple. Financial services loves Ripple, the speed of Ripple. One thing I'm very interested in also in the cryptocurrency space is this Nano. I think you guys need to pay attention to this small cryptocurrency called Nano, man. This thing is literally has 1 second confirmations, and I'm paying very close attention to this small little cryptocurrency here. This trend from March, you're gonna see that in a lot of little other cryptos, but this one has been way more consistent than others. And 1 second confirmations. It does have a max supply. The max supply is already out there. I'm seeing double-digit market cap growth week over week in Nano. Again, look at the videos that they're putting out. Literally 1 second confirmation. You tap somebody else's phone, or you put their little code in. You guys know what I'm talking about, their little address, and they get it like this. It's no hour wait, no 5-minute wait, no 3. It's literally instant confirmations when you get money. It's secure. It's faster than Dash. Y'all need to pay attention to this. Man. Y'all heard it here first. If it pops off, y'all heard it here first. But right now, Bitcoin doing very well at 9,000. Doing very well at 9,000. But yeah, pay attention to that Nano, because I'm hearing that in the spaces now that I've been entering in through the education that I've been getting from that school. There's been a lot of talk about that little crypto. Coinbase is good for most people. Coinbase, Robinhood, all that. So work from home life is for you too. Yeah, Donnie Reed. I mean, at the end of the day, man, work from home works for a lot of people. And a lot of women are learning that right now too. A lot of women are learning that too right now. A lot of women, they're not going to want to go back to the office. To do what? Why were people going to the office to begin with? Just so your boss can look at you. Looking back on it, people are getting their work done at home now. You had Twitter came out this Monday and said, if you want to stay home indefinitely, you can stay home indefinitely. Twitter is allowing all of their employees to work from home forever. Do you know what that means? That means that if you're a company in Silicon Valley, folks, you don't even have to hire an American to get the job done. If you are living in, Wadabooty, Pakistan, and you can code and you can do, it's not just to answer phones anymore. Now you're going to have a full-time job working for PayPal, working for Twitter, and they can pay you $25,000, $30,000, and you're happy. You don't even have to hire the guy who's living, in San Francisco, and you got to pay him $250,000, and he needs the back rubbers in the weight room, and he needs a gym and a pool. You don't have to do none of that shit anymore. This changes everything, man. This changes everything. Now you can work for any company in the world from home. Any company in the world. I don't even need to see your face. I can interview you over the internet. As long as you're making and doing the job, you can get paid. Coinbase or Binance or the exchanges. Yeah, Coinbase or Binance are nice. But I mean, Robinhood gets it done. I think Cash App now too. You can buy cryptocurrency. So yeah, Tesla, SQ, Shack. Why Shake Shack? That's an interesting play. Why Shake Shack? Square, Tesla. What's going on, Paper Chaser? Yeah, man, just looking at the market into the close. Just looking at this little rigged market that we're trading here. You know what I'm saying? This is just. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy where the market's trading. And again, I'm between. I showed you guys my trade. All right, I showed you guys my trade. They got less than or just over a month to pay me my money. All right, they got over a month. So we either going to break 3110 or we're going to go below 1800. But I'm still going to get my 7,500. So it is what it is. So they better hurry up. So if you're going to break out, then I'll reset the trade. Otherwise, what I'm expecting and what this looks like for those of you guys who trade penny stocks, this S&P 500 looks like one of those penny stocks that had took off, right? And now we're really at the point where people are like, well, it's pretty much done, but you still have these people who believe it's got like another $3 or $4 in it. And eventually they're going to come to realize that there's really not much anymore there. And it's going to fall all apart. It's going to fall apart. Yeah, press like on my video, man. Press like on my video. Shout out to you, Benny G. He says, it sucks because Robinhood and Coinbase are unlimited. Most cryptos still suck. Yeah, that's true. Cryptocurrency is still, a good 10 years away, man. But it's clearly the future, man. It's clearly the future. COVID-19 is only going to accelerate that. Blockchain is just the next level of the internet, man. It's really the next level of the internet. The more I study it, it's just anything can be on the blockchain. Verification of ownership is so important. Moving into a digital world where you're going to want to know who created what, who owns what. You're going to need a blockchain in order to, identify that and be the foundation of that kind of marketplace. DraftKings, yeah, I did a video on DraftKings. DraftKings is what's next too, man. Yeah, I talked about Nano earlier. I said Nano is the next big thing, man. It could be, the next Litecoin. You know what I'm saying? What Litecoin was, but just, a lot people will take it just a lot more seriously than they do. Did I see the video on the motherboard on one of the 5G towers? No, I didn't see that. I'm gonna look into that, Joe. So Monero for privacy. Yeah, Monero's always going to be a place for Monero. Always going to be a place. Yeah, it's spelled like that though. Nano, N-A-N-O. Look up that cryptocurrency, man. And there's a video on how it changes hands. That's crazy. Again, 1 second validation. 1 second validation. You send money to anybody, 1 second, feeless. So it's not like Bitcoin where you got to pay a premium to send. It's feeless. It's literally no fees at all. Let's look at some stocks here. Somebody mentioned Target. Target is on a roll right now, man. Target is on fire right now. We saw Costco. Costco was struggling. Yeah, still struggling. Okay, Costco's struggling. Big box retailer Costco struggling. Not sure what's on with that. But have you guys been noticing what's going on with REITs? REITs hung out for a while there, but look at the REITs. Here's the Dow Jones equity all REITs, and the REITs are getting killed, man. The REITs are getting killed and look to be, experiencing or probably hitting those lows again. So, there's a stock called Campus Living or something like that. It's a campus housing stock. And I was looking at that as a possible short. American campus communities. Yeah, there we go. American campus communities. They basically make, apartments for college kids on campuses. This one, man, I think this can be cut in half, but we're not continue. I'm going to continue watching it. And that's that one. I didn't look at the options because I was looking at it as a pure stock play, like just a pure short. So let the RSI cool up a little bit on that one, but I think that could get really, really ugly, particularly if we start to see more universities say that they can't come back. Because you got to remember, most of these professors on these campuses are over the age of 50, many over the age of 60. So, and the ones who are over 60 have what's called tenure, and tenure basically means you can't fire them, right? They are basically hired to that university forever when you have tenure. So you got a tenured professor who's saying, hell no, I'm not going back to class. You got to keep paying him. And I don't know, man. It just looks like, college. A lot of colleges may not make it. So your state just announced they're buying over $30 million worth of thermal cameras. Okay. What state do you live in, bro? I'm just curious. Who's buying $30 million worth of thermal cameras? Speaking of the cameras, speaking of just, the whole little, CIA state or whatever they're creating here for us, they might make it a requirement for you to take a shot to even leave the country, man. You don't have to get some kind of COVID shot just to be able to get out of here. Just to be able to get on a plane. You want to visit family in another state. They're going to say, hey, do you have that shot? Did New York lift the quarantine? I'm stuck in traffic trying to get to New Jersey. I don't think so. Last time I saw a video of Times Square, it looked pretty empty to me. Says CDE looked pretty empty to you. Yeah, cool. All the mining stocks are doing pretty good, even though most of their mines are still closed. Believe it or not, a lot of their mines are still closed. All right. Even some of these little OTC mining stocks. This was a stock that I did a pump on years ago. This is maybe 3 years ago. Some of you guys may be here long enough to remember. It's called SZSMF. And this stock, I've seen it now double from 4 cents a share, now trading at 9 cents a share. Santa Cruz Silver Mining is a silver mining company with operations down in Mexico and a little bit in Peru. And, I'm not a big fan of them, the individual OTC miners because they're hugely debt-ridden. But, at the end of the day, as the price of these commodities go higher and higher and higher, it only benefits them. And these could be huge winners. I mean, Santa Cruz can for sure double, triple from here. It used to be a 53, 55 cent stock. I mean, you can go back in time and see that. So, with the balance sheet improvement, yeah, there we go, back to 2016. 54, 55 cents. If you come in here at 9 cents a share, bro, I mean, it's a very nice return. So some of these OTC miners that have been around, have tested, are time tested, they could be very lucrative returns. Very, very lucrative return. Because I'm telling you right now, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning for gold. I put out on my Instagram, Goldman's, I think it was Bank of America, they've got gold at 3,000 over the next 24 months. 3,000 gold, Bank of America. So, don't miss out on this rush because gold has already outperformed the market. I mean, just since January, already outperforming. It's going to continue to outperform. I want to, people are saying, well, we're going to come back. Well, where is the comeback going to come from? Like, where is it going to be? Tell me, because I want to make money on it. But when I pull up tickers like IIR, when I pull up Here's real estate in America right now. Look at the cost of real estate. Real estate, people aren't paying their mortgage. People are saying, hey, I can't pay for 3 months. And let me tell you something right now. For the 10 to 15 million people who have decided that they're not going to pay for the next 3 months, 3 months from now, they're not going to have the money for that. So they're not going to be able to come up with 3 months of mortgage payments when this is due. So what is going to happen to the 20 or something, whatever million people? I think JP Morgan said 10 to 15 million people have taken it. What's going to happen to those people? All right, let's say if it's just 5 million people who cannot pay the 3 months, are you going to extend for another 3 months? What is going to happen? So, again, here's IYR. Here's that's the ETF for real estate in America right now. It just looks horrible, man. Just looks horrible. Leon said, when's the next pump? It's hilarious. I came up on FLI was 37 right after Amazon announced. Okay. Yeah, it looks interesting, Benny. It really does. You say you're a high quality burger guy. Would you take Dane824? Would you take Shake Shack over Five Guys? Because Five Guys is by far the best, high quality burger I think I've ever had. It's Five Guys. Five Guys burger. Boy, I wish that was a publicly traded company. CDE. Yeah, silver. Okay, CDE is silver mining. I thought they were gold miner. Okay. Yeah, still, again, nice play off the lows. Again, many of these gold miners only sold off because, at the time, people didn't know what the hell was going on. So they just needed to raise cash. So, when you see companies like CDE, what happened during COVID and that sell-off, that was really unwarranted for them, particularly for them. I mean, they had, had a really nice May going into 2020. And that sell-off was very aggressive. I mean, it actually started back in January, very, very aggressive. But again, the rising price of gold will really, really, really benefit these gold miners, because many of these gold miners, again, they already sell to companies at prices that have already been discussed, right? So already predetermined prices. But every time they have to renegotiate now with the price of gold going up, those will go up too. Those negotiated prices will go up. And that's where you see the improvement on the balance sheet. All right. That's where you see the improvement on, the income statement, because that's where it's really going to matter for a lot of them. Yeah, I love Five Guys. A lot of evictions and foreclosures. Yeah. Well, you got to remember, again, when we talk about an artificially, a fake marketplace, you're seeing a fake marketplace right now in real estate right now. You're not allowed to evict or foreclose on anyone in many states right now. Right? So when we talk about a fake market, right, a scam market, I mean, that's just another part of it. You cannot evict people. You cannot foreclose on anyone right now. So you've seen a lot of homes that would be on the marketplace do come here July are not going to be on the marketplace in July. So if you're a sucker and you're going to buy a house, in July at market price, right? You're buying high. You're buying high. All right? You're buying high. But this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to basically keep the market propped up until this is past us, until earnings come back to basically till earnings normalize. But what happens is that you created a huge bubble. You created a huge bubble which just popped for companies who took any money back in the 2009 bailouts. We lost all those jobs. All those jobs are now gone. Right? All those jobs are gone. And now we're creating another bubble. So please don't believe, that the market is just going to go sideways or we're going to go down or collapse. I mentioned in a video for Dow S&P 4,000, can very much happen. Please believe they've dumped so much money in this market. We can't overheat, and I think they've given up. There's no other. They've decided that fuck it. There's nothing we can do. We're running out of options. We'll just throw the kitchen sink at it. That's it. All right? They'll just throw the kitchen sink at it. Because remember, there are 110 million 401ks. All right? 401k, a scam in itself, where people put their retirement on Wall Street. 110 million 401ks that all are only work one way, as if the stock market goes up. If the stock market goes up. If you're over the age of 60 in America, you remember when if you worked for a company, after 20 years, you got a pension. That's where it was supposed to happen. The company put some money somewhere. That money was guaranteed by a bond or low interest bond or something like that, or insurance policy. And you got a pension, right? Well, companies got together. They got your boy Ronald Reagan in the White House. All right. And they said, fuck it, let's take the liability off the companies and we'll put it all on Wall Street. And the banks were like, fuck yeah, we'll take all the money. So now every check that you get, if you have a 401k, it goes straight to the banks. And, now everybody who's got a 401k, for the most part, you're holding your breath because you're hoping to God you're going to actually be able to see some of that money. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're under the age, if you're under 45, you ain't going to get none of that 401k money. I'm going to keep 100 with you right now. You're probably not going to get any of that money. If you're under the age of 45 and you have a 401k, you're not going to get that money. If you do get that money, it won't be worth shit. It probably won't be worth shit because by the time you are actually qualified enough to withdraw that money at no penalty, the U.S. dollar will probably not be the reserve currency of the world, and the money won't be worth shit. Anyway, let's keep going. 401k versus Roth IRA. The Roth IRA, is that the one that's not taxed, or you get taxed going in? I need to brush up on that. I don't trust any of that. I outperform any 401k I've ever had. I outperform that doing personally myself. I mean, I was getting like, they would match me at 6%, and then on the money it was making like 3 or 4. I mean, I was beating that myself, just trading from home. Like, fuck it, why am I giving you my money? And they say, well, the 6% is free money. Well, I mean, damn. It's not earning nothing though. And then I was buying the company stock, and the company stock was going down. I'm like, what the fuck am I working for? If I'm giving you the money and the money's not making money, and I can't, all right, so you can't shorten my 401k? I mean, what? This is a fucking scam. Okay, no tax going out. Gotcha. No tax going out. No tax going out. It said make $1 million day trade. Okay. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So lots of colleges going, Joe Silver. Yeah, lots of those colleges going online now. I saw your old message there. But that's sad, man, to be paying $40,000 a year to go school online. I've always mentioned that a lot of those private universities are scams. Those private online schools, a lot of them are scams. You can go to a lot of these schools that do have federal recognition, but their costs are ridiculously low. For example, for my MBA, I got most of my classes at a school called California Coast University. This is a small school in California, Barely anybody knows it's an online school, has federal, Department of Education recognition, but their MBA was 7 grand, 7,000. That's it. Now, even I will tell you that, at the end of the day, if you buy or if you take a course in an MBA or you finish an MBA within 2 years, the information is worthless. But in certain sectors of the economy, to be someone like myself and have that next to your name still has a bit of value. So chalk it up to what it is. What's going on, Bigger Cage? ETN, what is that? That's the name of the crypto, is called ETN? There's a crypto called ETN? Electronium? I'm going to have to do some research on that. Okay, whoa, all right. So ETN to Bitcoin. Okay. All right. So it's one of those kind of like, really, really, really small cryptos. Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. I don't like to go that far out. I mean, this is what, quadruple zero? God damn, this is 00000. I've never even seen an OTC stock with that many zeros on it. But again, we, as traders, we understand that, these are great opportunities, preferably if you get in them early, where you can double, triple, quadruple your money. It's like trading penny stocks. That's what's really exciting about these altcoins. It's very much like trading penny stocks. Very much like trading penny stocks. But the furthest I would go is where I see Nano going. Nano is like 71 cents or whatever it is. I think I can double, triple my money in Nano. Here's my thing, Bats. Why would you think it won't go into bankruptcy? Why would you think it'd be acquired? By who and for what purpose? When you look at JCPenney, they couldn't figure it out, the online presence. They couldn't figure it out. Debt was out of control on the balance sheet. You can still look that up. Now they're going to get their little Q, and it's going to be a Q stock. I mean, it's going to do what Q stocks do, right? But if they are saved, yeah, man, this would be a play of the century. And if you got money laying around, why not play those 50-cent calls? You know what I mean? If you got the money laying around, why not? And for those of you guys who want to ride it to this kind of price, you got a company called GE out there, which is, I put out this thing on Black Box today, which I'm looking at the flow on GE, and it's all puts. I mean, put, and they're going out. They're going out like a year from now. They're just, they basically said GE is going to, is going to collapse, and GE will be broken up into many pieces and sold to the highest bidder. But yeah, going back to what you're saying, Bats, if you got the money laying around, why not? It was a 21% move today on JCPenney. And I think on, what's that website where you can track what people on Robinhood are doing? And sure enough, Robinhood traders are pouring in. All right, they're pouring in. Does volume on crypto matter? I don't look at volume. I look at market cap. So you can go Desert Edge on coin market cap, and I look at the market cap of the crypto, because again, these cryptos trade, they trade on different exchanges. So you're going to get a different number on volume here. Volume looks very different on Coinbase for Bitcoin than it looks like on Binance or some of the other, exchanges. So market cap is the proper way you find whether or not a cryptocurrency is becoming more and more valuable. For example, Bitcoin has the largest market cap in all of cryptocurrency, and it's been growing every year. So you're looking at Coin Market Cap, that website, and you're looking really, top 50, top 60 is kind of where you want to stay. Obviously, the further out you go, the more opportunity for ROI, but the more risk there is. All right. But I like to stay really that top 50, top 60. And, in the research I've done, I loved what I saw in, Nano, Monero, ones that I know, Dash, Litecoin, ones that they're just, they're out there, they're moving, they're liquid. Yeah. And again, that's not, it's not a primary way to make money. It's just money that's on the side, $50 here, $100 there. But when you're playing, it's kind of like penny stocks. When you're playing with that very little money, you want to make sure you're getting a return. So, $200 into Bitcoin is not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done. But $200 in Litecoin, $200 in Dash, $200 in Nano, $200 in, that's where you're going to be able to say, okay, this is worth, me trading, me wasting my time doing. So you don't trade stocks before earnings, just after? Yeah, I'm learning. I learned that with Beyond Meat. Shit. I learned that with Beyond Meat. Did GE have more worth than JCPenney? Yeah, but nobody. It's not about. It's what's valuable. Will be decided at the bankruptcy court. Nobody cares about what's on the books as in terms of like, oh my God, this company is so valuable. Like, that's what JP Morgan. There's a very valuable balance sheet, right? But at the end of the day, it's about what does the market outlook look like for the company. And you're looking at a company like GE, you're looking at the financials, you're looking at the airlines. Yeah, they've got beautiful planes. Some of them brand new. They just got them. But at the end of the day, the market outlook looks horrible for them. So it's like, fuck it. Market just closed. Let's look at the S&P. So we're going to end at about 2863. It's hilarious, man. Hilarious. Dude, we've done nothing since April. Done nothing. Nothing, dude. If you bought calls, you made practically no money. You practically made no money. Here's on this chart I was looking at. I think I was looking at the Keltner channels here, where we saw some sell signals. But again, no follow through. No follow through. Got the follow through and look at what is this? Look at the last 2 days. So we got a little denial in the marketplace, but again, I'm in an iron condor, 3,100 to 1,800. I don't really give a fuck as long as the market stays where it is. If the Fed wants to play babysitter to losing zombie companies, they can play babysitter, man. And it's really unfortunate because, again, the only people that hurt when you don't allow capitalism to work the way it was intended, is everybody. Everybody hurts, because. But particularly working class Americans, because they're not able to buy assets that enable them to be able to have a decent living, and they're not able to start businesses the way they want to, right? In a economy that's in a depression, when you really have real estate values at value, right? You're able to start a business in a facility that you may not have been able to afford during a boom time, right? You're able to hire more people that you wouldn't have been able to do in a boom time. You're able to invest a lot more, than you would be able to do in a boom time. But when you create an artificial boom time, even in the midst of a recession, you create huge inefficiencies in the marketplace. Huge inefficiencies in the marketplace, all right? So, we've got a lot of entrepreneurs, business people who would love to be up next, right? The generation that's there now, they've got to lose. They trade if they bid wrong, if they invested wrong, if they lost, they've got to lose for the next generation to come up. But when you allow people who've been losing to keep losing and get saved, keep losing and get saved, you only harming yourself. You're preventing the growth necessary to allow the engine to keep going. Absolutely. You're saying depression with hyperinflation. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But again, Judgment Day is coming because, as I've mentioned before, the Federal Reserve has decided, to play, nanny state, and we're going to become a communist country because at this point we've decided that we're not going to be capitalist anymore. We're just going to be a nanny state where, all you got to do is grow a company so big to where, or it's not even have to be big. You can just be a zombie company that just doesn't make any money at all. And if you're going to lose, all you have to do is hire a couple people to go up to the White House and say, please save us, please save us, please save us. You'll get a check and you'll stay in business. All right. Look at the country. Look at where we've gone. We've gone to now where the federal government is paying people every week. Can you imagine that? I love American history. Can you imagine a world, going back to 1950s America, 1960s, 1970s America, where the federal government was sending checks to people in the mail? These people have to be, flipping in their graves to live in a country where you would just get money from the government. That, you had, if you wanted to make it in 1950s America, you had to bust your fucking ass, dude. At some factory for like 8 hours. You go back and read up, you talk about people who were like working in these plants with like no air conditioning, and they would like save 6 months of like their income, and then they'll buy a house and their car, and they were proud of themselves, this is just, and people say, oh, you're pessimistic. Dude, look at what's going on. I'm not being pessimistic. Look at this country, dude. Look at this country. You cannot tell me that America is better today. Better in terms of technology, yeah, cool, but I'm talking about just growing up in America today. You can't tell me that your neighborhood is anywhere near as friendly as it used to be. Your neighbors, it's just, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, I'm just read too much U.S. history, but I just don't see the same pride, I don't see the same pride for community. I don't see the same pride for neighborhood. I don't see the same pride. Now it's a very fake pride. You know what I'm saying? All that we care about the troops shit was fake. I felt that in the military. When I was in the military, I faked that. It felt so fucking fake. So fucking fake, man. I just don't see the pride like that anymore. But yeah, somebody said, is negative interest rates coming? Do they have a choice? People are saying we're going to stop. They don't have a choice, bro. Look how fast we went to 0%. You don't think negative is coming? Do they have a choice? What else do they have, man? Well, what else do they have? And here's the thing. You're not going to get any of the negative interest rates. All right? You're not going to get it. Yeah, SRNE was huge today. I played that on the little fake paper trading thing here that TradingView has. I wasn't gonna put no real money into it, but nice day today. Well, it's not. No, it's not going to give you any free money. You're not even getting 0% interest rates. right? Look at your credit card statement. Tell me, are you getting that 0%? In fact, I will guarantee you that under 0% interest, you're probably paying more, depending on your credit score. You're paying more now if you got just opened up a credit card than you were before 0% interest rates. You're not going to get that. And if we go to negative, you're not going to get that either. Please believe you're going to still be paying 19, 17, 18, 20, 26% on that credit card. All right? That interest rate is for institutions. That's for the institutions and the people who work for them. Say UGAS is headed for 10. Shout out to all the leveraged ETFs. Yeah, man, natural gas is a fucking joke, man. There's so much natural. It's just too much natural gas, man. Natural gas is like air, dude. That's how much natural gas we have in this country in America. Natural gas is like air. It's too much of it. We have a ton of it. It's I don't even think, but by the end of this decade, it's probably not even going to be a commodity anymore. It's just too much. Do I have any natural gas professionals in here? They'll tell you that. It's too much. Do I short stocks? Hell yeah, I short stocks. I wouldn't short any of these COVID stocks, though. Very dangerous. So it's not even winter yet. Yeah, but just natural gas in general is just ugly ass play, man. Yeah, I saw a move. I saw somebody brought up ACB. There's a move on cannabis stocks. I don't know where that's coming from. But I had the idea on my last show that, the COVID would be a really good boom to MJ stocks, but it never panned out. So I don't know if this is a delayed reaction or what, but he had a nice move in ACB today. But I don't know. I was very disappointed that we didn't see the move in some of the other, plays. We saw, of course, in the drive-through and the fast food type of stocks, video conferencing, but I didn't see them in, the GameStops, right? I think yeah, we didn't see it in the GameStop. I thought GameStop would be, double what it is by now. I'm always watching that one because I'm thinking that could be a late bloomer. Because they've got drive-through, ordering and all that shit. So yeah, the pizza stocks ran. Shit. If the pizza stocks can run, you can't tell me the MJ stocks can't run. Look at Papa John's. Have you seen Papa John's recently? Look at this. The marijuana stocks should look just like that. It should be just looking just like that right now. Oh, same. Good vibes. EA, EA's moving, right? We saw EA moving a little bit. ATVI, I think that one's moving to Activision. All right. And that has a lot to do with the fact that a lot of these companies make a lot of money on these games online, right? So you can buy the games through the online platforms, and then they're making money through them that way, right? For example, I just got Grand Theft Auto 5 for free, right? Because they're giving a Grand Theft Auto 5 for free until the 21st? I just downloaded it for free on my computer because I was like, fuck it, I'm on my computer all the time anyway, so they're giving away Grand Theft Auto 5 for free right now. So you go ahead and download that if you got a decent computer. Grand Theft Auto right now for free. So, they're giving away the game for free, and I think they're in-game purchases if I remember. So, there's a lot to be made with online gaming and gaming, streaming that way. So. He said you have a complete bias against GameStop. Yeah, man, I got screwed over at GameStop when I was a kid too. And, thankfully I have a cousin. I told him that story, and he's now good on that, where I went in there and I traded like 7 Nintendo 64 games for like one game. That should have never went down. That should have never. I still still today when I think about it, it burns my soul. You know, you guys remember back in the day you could like trade a bunch of games, and I think you still can do that. And they'll give you store credit, right? And then with the store credit, you can buy another game. I traded like 7 good games for basically nothing, and that should have never went down. I was like 9 years old. I was 9. That deal should have never ever went down. You know, if I had went in there with anybody who knew anything about video games, that trade wouldn't have went down. What's IVR? Invesco Mortgage? Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah, these are those small mortgage companies that have that have loans on commercial properties and stuff like that. Yeah, the Invescos, and I think another one is like NY. Is it like NYMT or something like that? Yeah, NYMT. That's another one. That's another one. You know, so all of these little mortgage companies are fucked up. Say, remember Game Crazy? Oh yeah, GameStop robs people, dude. GameStop robs. It should be illegal for anybody who's a minor to go in there and trade their games like that. It should be illegal for anybody to do that. But again, you know, when you're, you know, my parents were immigrants, so they don't know what the fuck is going on. So they just like, I need to go, and they'll just take you there, wait in the car. You know, a lot of times too, you know, for those kids who, you know, they got single moms or something like that, she don't really know about games, so you just going in there, you know, you don't know that you're trading in, you know, $100, $200 worth of games for a crap game. You know, so if you don't have an older brother or somebody who can, you know, tell you what's up, you're making really, really bad decisions. What's going on, Alex? What is, yeah, here's Credit Suisse, Nassau. Yeah, all these real estate trusts are just getting decimated, man. Getting annihilated. Again, I pulled up the REIT. You know, when you look at the Dow Jones Real Estate Industrial, it's telling you what's going on in the real estate market. And it looks very similar to, you know, the financials. It looks very similar to, you know, here's the financials. I was in an Iron Condor in JPM for a while, but it's getting really directional now. You know, it's getting really directional now as we, I believe, going to revisit those lows and possibly break through it. Worst bank stock in the world right now is Wells Fargo. I mean, it bounced off. He thought maybe possibly going to hang out here, but nope. You know, they're hanging on for dear life right now. Lost 90% of their revenue last quarter that they announced. What's going on, Life for Business? Artie Buckley, what's up? Foot Locker. Well, look, Foot Locker, you know, unfortunately, you know, we got a lot of our people who you know, not really up on game when it comes to money. So Foot Locker made a lot of money when them $1,200 checks went out. You know, you had a lot of people, you know, going on footlocker.com and whatnot, you know, buying those overpriced shoes. So look, Foot Locker, you know, I don't expect them to go out of business or anything, you know, soon. As long as you have, you know, ignorant people, Foot Locker has an ability to survive. You know, because a lot of people don't. All those shoes they sell at Foot Locker, you can buy them online. I'm talking the same model, the same. You know, you can get them online at a better deal. But as long as ignorant people, you know, can come into some money, they just want the idea of going in there and having somebody in a referee jersey hand them a pair of shoes, and, you know, walk out with the Foot Locker box. You know what I'm saying? So good vibes. You know, if you're looking to go long Foot Locker, I'd probably go long Foot Locker, really. You know, because the hood will keep Foot Locker alive for as long as purpose. Because, you know, Foot Locker, just look at where their store locations are at. I mean, just go look at where the store is. Always near. It's always close to a ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It's always close to a predominantly poor area. What COVID stocks? Well, I mean Johnson and Johnson. You know what I'm saying? What's that pharmaceutical for remdesivir? I forget. I don't follow even any of the COVID stocks, but J&J is a good one. J&J is a COVID stock. This J&J has been doing really good. This is a really dependable COVID stock too. It's not one of those where it's flash in the pan. This is a company that creates solutions that are going to be used worldwide through this epidemic and beyond. When you're talking about some of those cleaners and some of those germ protection material. Another COVID stock, 3M is a COVID stock. Although I think it's different for them, I think, from what I'm hearing. But it is technically a COVID stock. What else? Quite a few of them, man. Quite a few of them. Shit, Netflix is a COVID stock if you really want to think about it. GILD, yeah, there it is. GILD. That's the remdesivir play. Yeah, DraftKings is getting a little too hot though, man. DraftKings is ridiculous. I made the video on DraftKings. We've made some money in it, but man, it's getting a bit ridiculous now. I'm actually out of DraftKings right now. It's getting a bit hot. Ain't even no football or basketball out yet, and the stock is, come on now. It's getting a little crazy. But definitely, Waiter, that other stock I made a video about, Waiter, bro, that one can double from here. Waiter can go to $10. Waiter can go to $10, man. That is a company that's just built to perform. I mean, it's small, great city, great little cities. Huge demand. I like that stock a lot, Waiter. Like that stock a lot. Said DraftKings is another Beyond Meat. I don't doubt it. Trust me. I think DraftKings can be $100 stock. Oh, please believe that. I think DraftKings can be a 10, 20, $30 billion company. Absolutely. DraftKings is going to be one of those, how in Europe, those companies that are on the soccer jerseys and shit like that, DraftKings can be up there. DraftKings can be up there like Herbalife or something like that. Please believe that. Oh, Waiter is WTHR, right? Oh, RH. God, WTRH. I always get that mixed up. Waiter. I did a video on Waiter. I'm telling you right now, this could be a $10 stock, man. Waiter can be a $10 stock. We're going to have to see. Obviously the earnings have to continue to improve. But, demand, just what the company's putting out there in terms of demand and what's going on with growth. And, always noticing that how these people who are in these apps, right? They always are delivering for multiple companies at a time. So if you're not, typically you're not just a Grubhub employee. You're a Grubhub, Uber Eats, and now you've got Waiter. But Waiter, what I love about them is that they're in cities that Uber Eats and Grubhub aren't even there yet. So you've got a moat of protection where you're the only food delivery company in town in some of these cities, man. And again, look up that video, and I did, or you can just go to their website and look at the list of cities. That's the only company that's delivering food from some of these very popular chains, like I didn't see McDonald's, but like the Popeyes and all these small little eateries too. Yeah. So, we want to talk about stock that's priced very nicely. Waiter is it. Waiter is it, man. And I think we got in, at a real nice entry, man. Just really before it really kind of took off. Shout out to the engineer for that. Yeah, the Uber, and that's the thing about the Uber Eats Grubhub deal. that actually benefits waiter. That's not a bad thing. I don't know why the market sold off on that. That's a good thing. That's a good thing because if they're going to allow Uber Eats, Grubhub to combine, because I know the Democrats are coming up, they're basically saying, oh, we should shut that down. But if that goes through, right, waiter is just sitting out there. It's no deal. If you're Uber, fucking just go buy a waiter. You can go buy a waiter for, even if they said, shit, we'll give them 5 billion, 2 billion. Now you get yourself access to cities that you don't have to build out. You just take over the company and make it happen. So, and I mentioned that in the video that it's a great acquisition target. The Grubhub situation was more of a scale thing. Grubhub, Uber, they are competing in the same cities, and there's some things that Grubhub does very well that Uber doesn't. Uber Eats is really still a big, they big carriers, the McDonald's, Popeyes, whereas Grubhub, they were adding a little bit of the boutique restaurants. Well, what's my thoughts on Boeing? Man, I don't know where, even Boeing, I don't know where the money comes in at when you talk about Boeing, man. Boeing, I was following Boeing too. I was thinking, where are we going to break out or break down here? Sure enough, we're breaking down. So, I just another transport stock. Another transport stock that looks like might, lose the hundreds, man. Say why DoorDash is not public? Not sure. Not sure. Bite Squad, yeah. Waiter owns Bite Squad. Yep, that's true. That's true. That was a really interesting deal too, going back and reading that, because Bite Squad is just a very, very, very small delivery company. But Bite Squad had like locations in like North Dakota and just like weird ass places. Yeah, I said Verizon was a buy. I like Verizon a lot, man, because at the end of the day, the best of the best. If you're gonna go with communications, just go with the best of the best. The federal government uses Verizon. The U.S. military uses Verizon. So, just stick with them. Yeah, disappointing, man. 5G, say what you want about the health concerns. It's just sad to see that it's not all over the place in America yet. Whereas, China already has, 15 million people, actually 50 million people already on 5G. We're just behind, man. I mean, look at high speed rail. China has 15,000 miles of high speed rail. You know how much high speed rail we have in America? 42. 42. China has 15,000 miles. We have 42 miles of high speed rail. It's crazy, man. Here's IYT. Dow Jones Industrial still lagging and holding the market back. But you got to understand that our market is, man, again, when it's very rigged towards tech. So, Google, all these, Microsoft, that's basically where the market is, man. These are the giants of the market. Literally 5 stocks holding up this whole goddamn thing. And, no one else really even has a chance. No, not too late. Not at all too late to get in on Waiter. Not at all too late to get in on Waiter. I wouldn't be surprised next time I go live, Waiter's at 330, 350. Really. Look, guys, this COVID situation is going to keep going, man. Like, it's just going to keep going. I know they're reopening the economy and all that other bullshit, but, are you going to take your kids to a restaurant right now? Like, not me. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know you got some goofy parents out there who are just like, fuck it, I'm invincible to this COVID shit, But I'm good, bro. Yeah, you're always gonna have those goofy people out there. I don't fucking need a mask. And I'm a fucking superhuman. You know what I mean? These are the same people. You know, when they get sick, here comes the GoFundMe and all that other bullshit. Yeah, certain stocks you just know they got it, right? I mean, this is the right opportunity at the right time. And, you know, that's basically what it is. Um, you know, let's look at the monthly chart on Wader again. You know, you're looking at the monthly chart. Here's the monthly chart. Again, it's just getting started, man. Here's the monthly chart. And this was, and again, this is not the stock of Wader. This is like a reverse split situation where they kind of came into something else. This company's just getting started, man. You know, that's the monthly chart. Just getting started. Yeah, Tesla, you know. Tesla, I don't even want to get started on Tesla because let me tell you something, man. If Elon Musk was a black man, he'd be in jail right now. After what he said last week or a week before about my stock price is too high, you know, if his name was, what's like, I don't know, what's a black name which starts with an E. I don't know. I can't even name one that comes to my head right now. But if his name was Engerin Musk, you know what I mean? His ass would be in jail right now. His ass would be in jail right now. What did you say, nigga? You lost me $1 billion? You lost me 50,000, 100,000? You lost my retirement fund? You lost this hedge fund? Your black ass would be under the jail. You understand me? Edris, yes. Edris Musk. He'd be under the jail. Okay? Shit. This man goes on all these platforms. He just goes on these little rants and saying, I can't do business with California. I'm going to Texas, or I'm going to. I mean, you can't talk. Somebody, I couldn't talk like that. Like, what'd you say, nigga? Oh, okay. Oh, I thought we saw, you know, a crack pipe in your bedroom. Oh, okay. You know. Yeah, they're just gonna put charges on that motherfucker, man. But hey, Elon, he can just say whatever he wants to say and just, you know, Elon Musk is super white man. He's just, you know, my stock is too high. You know, you can lose $100 and nothing happens to you. You know, crazy. Oh man, he gets away with so much shit. It's ridiculous. You know, and I got more to say about Elon Musk because, you know, I know a little bit about these South Africans, but I'm not gonna go there right now. But these South Africans, you know, he's gonna slip up soon. That's all I'm gonna say about it. He's gonna slip up soon because I know what he is. I know what he is, but he's gonna slip up soon. He's gonna slip up soon. Cause I know what he really wants to say. You know, it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it, but it's coming. It's coming. I know what he really wants to say. It's coming out slowly. You know what I mean? You can see it it's coming out slowly. It's coming out slowly. But he wants to show he's on the team. You know, he's trying to show he's on the team. You know, y'all gonna see. What else? What else is out here, man? Before I wrap it up, shout out to all the people working from home. Shout out to all the people watching from work. Let me see. Look at Citigroup. Again, just trying to make some money, man. But like I said, when you're looking at these stocks, man, they're always in garbage, man. I just been really trying to keep people in gold and silver because that's really the only thing that's getting, directional in a good way and consistent. JNUG, NUGT, GDX. You know what I'm saying? We just sticking on what making sense. GDX right now, all time, breaking out multi-year high GDX. Multi-year high for GDX. Yeah, man. SLV. A lot of people kind of shit on silver because they think silver is industrial. And yes, silver does have a strong industrial exposure. And sometimes I feel like it does move with the markets, but you're going to get that adjustment. I mean, you're going to, it's going to detach. And, if you can't afford gold the way you want to, then take silver. If you cannot afford gold to play GLD the way you really want to play, it's okay. You're not going to see the dollar for dollar moves that you may see in gold, but you will get a huge return over time in silver and gold. Right. Yeah, I think you should have exposure to both. A little bit of gold, more gold than cryptocurrency for sure, but exposure to both is fine. Dragon Chain and Digibyte coin. I gotta learn a little bit about Dragon Chain. But I'm saying, Joe, if you like Dragon Chain and whatever Digibyte, you're gonna love Nano. You're gonna love Nano. Do I still take live phone calls? I haven't set it up in a bit. My last live, I had my phone set up. Nobody called in. It's always like that. When I don't have the shit set up, everybody want to call in. When I have the shit up, nobody want to call in. so I'll set it up next time. What's that? Let's see. Is that 9 cents? Is that the one you're talking about? Dragon Chain at 9 cents. I see it. Very nice month. Very nice month. Looks very bullish. So you're looking at GM. Why are you looking at GM? Why are you interested in General Motors here? Oh, these are horrible companies. Ford, GM, all of those look horrible. If Tesla had more money, Tesla would buy Ford. These companies are coming to an end, man. They need something to happen quickly. And what they need to happen is, really a return, of the middle class in America. I mean, GM and Ford and all basically U.S. manufacturing lost their way when they went overseas. They thought they could scapegoat, not being able to create middle class employees and still be able to make a lot of money. And it worked for a little bit, but now it's not working no more. So, you're in a situation now where a lot of GM employees can't afford GM cars. And what worked for them for a long time was the fact that the people who worked at the plant actually wanted to buy the car. But if you go to some of these plants now, from what I'm hearing about people who live in Detroit and these other states where you've got a lot of these manpower, people who work for manpower, these what are they called? I forgot what the proper word for them is. These employment companies where the company doesn't you don't actually work for the company, but you work for manpower. You work for whatever the name, is. So you don't have to pay that person full benefits. You don't have to pay the person, the full-time rate. Temp agency. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Temp agency. Yeah, so you got these companies that are manufacturing in America. They're using temp agencies for workers, bro. So when I hear, yeah, we got to bring jobs to America, we got to bring those manufacturing and build them right here in America. Well, if you're not going to pay people, the full rate, or if you're not going to bring people on to get benefits, what the fuck does it matter where it's manufactured at? You don't even need to come back if you're not going to pay people the full rate. You know what I'm saying? That's what this double talk I don't really like from Trump. He's like, he's talk all that good game, but I mean, follow through on the shit. Go all the way in. He said it's a union busting strategy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not the biggest fan of unions. Unions now are different when they were beginning. I still have some little bit of bias because I know how unions started out. Unions started out as a way to thwart, all these African Americans that were getting hired at the time. So, I still have a little bit of bias against some unions, but I know unions now are a lot better than what they were. ETN cryptocurrency making good news. Joe, what's the ticker for that? Yeah, goddamn. Look at that. Perth Mint physical gold. This is the JT. What's the thing behind this? Is this the one where it's like if you buy a share of this that you actually you can transfer it into like a physical form? I know there's a stock out there like that, a gold play out there like that, where if you buy the stock, right, or the ETF, a share of the ETF, at a certain amount, you can literally go in there and ask for the physical piece of gold. You can transfer your stock into the physical version. Okay, all right, so it is. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, there's another one out there about this too. Boy, this one's really taking off. Look at that, AAAU. Yeah, that volume is going to catch up eventually. All these stocks, when they're really starting to take off, seeing the volume can be slow at the beginning. Oh, so the ticker is just an ETN? Manufacture. Oh, okay, manufacturing, commercial. Wouldn't this be an infrastructure play, Joe? I wouldn't touch anything infrastructure right now unless we get a $10 trillion infrastructure bill or something like that. And again, the cryptocurrency. Okay. Oh, okay. That's the electronium again. Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's that electronium thing again. Okay. God damn, gotta zoom in on that. Okay. Hold on, let me go into a daily. Oh, okay, yeah, god damn, okay, shit. Shout out to electronium. Yeah, on the move. Is this a pump? This gotta be a pump, man. This was a 002 back on April 20th. Or maybe, yeah, look, sometimes hype gets out of control. Shout out to the people who were in it early, man. They've more than quadrupled their money. It looks like almost 1,000%. Actually, no, not that much, but they're on the way though. Actually, about 300%. There must be a shitload of this out there though. What's the max on this? There must be a shitload out there. Do I rock with crowdfunding stocks? Nah. Nah, I'm not a big fan of crowdfunding stocks. Give me a ticker though. Give me a ticker. Let me see how they're doing. Because it's been almost 2 years since those were really hot. When the GoFundMe's of the world, which is a private company, but when that GoFundMe was like really hot 2 years ago, everybody was using it and posting what they needed and shit. Say unions are no better than members, union organizers, union or pass here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I know some unions have, are doing really good. For example, I like transportation unions. I believe like bus drivers and shit like that, truckers and shit like that. I mean, because if those people didn't have unions, they would pay them slave wages, man. Bus drivers, train conductors, they would pay those people slave wages if they could. Really, they really would. Okay, there's an app for Electronium on iTunes. Okay, that's what's up. All right, guys, the last few tickers, and I'll let y'all go. I know you guys want to go back and watch Netflix or whatever it is. I've watched every episode in the last 2 months. Since everybody's been home, I've watched the last. I think I've watched first 3 seasons of Sopranos. I've watched all of Power. Friday Night Lights. That shit got kind of weird, but it was a pretty decent show. What else have I watched? Man, I've watched so many shows. The Chi. I've watched every episode of The Chi. I watched a whole lot of movies. Pretty much watched every Denzel Washington movie because he's my favorite actor. I watched damn near every Denzel movie. He said you've been busy with your business, no time for movies. See a few ads on Facebook, got them saved as links. Okay. Isn't Ford manufacturing ventilators? I don't know if they're still doing it. For a while there, there was, we need ventilators, we need ventilators, we need ventilators. Now, I haven't heard of President Trump mention ventilators now. I think we got a whole shitload of them now. We got a whole shitload of them now. Well, here's the thing. I mean, file grievances to get protections that they pay for. Folks often don't want smoke. Gotta fight always eventually, yeah. You should watch The Expanse. It's on Sci-Fi and it's cool. Look out for you guys who are going to be going back to work soon. Look out for these forms you're going to have to fill out, and make sure you read them carefully. Where you're going to basically give your rights away for a lawsuit. Where if you go in there and you get sick, you won't be able to fire or sue your employer, because you won't be able to go back in and say, hey, you told me it was safe, woo woo woo, now I'm sick. So if you can get around signing that, I'd do that if I were you. Just tell them, hey, I'll give it to you later or some crap like that. Find a way to get around that, man, because they're trying to do everything possible to get y'all back to work. And at the end of the day, it's really motherfuckers just want, people in a dominant society, they really just want to get niggas back to work. Just say, man, go, get back out there and make me my money. You know what I mean? And just be careful, man. That's all I'm saying. These people don't give a fuck about you. And, you can lose your life out here, man. You already have people losing their life out here. So, this is not a joke. It's not a game. You said that's why being a day trader is best. Well, it's not for everybody. A lot of people can't do this. A lot of people don't have the patience to do this. A lot of people, they don't have the mental strength to do this. A lot of people, they don't listen. You can give them a strategy or like, hey, look, be patient. Don't take too close. Use moving averages. And they'll still go out and do a day trade for, this Friday or something. You know what I mean? And they'll just, oh, shit, I lost. Well, you didn't have to lose that much money. So it's, if they're meant, not, it's not from people who aren't mentally strong. I watched 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, but man, I don't know why I couldn't get into it, man. I couldn't get into The Mandalorian, man. I mean, I think it's bad. Star Wars is badass, and I like the character, badass character, but my thing is, man, I know you can't pull your helmet off and all that stuff, but you know, the story was getting a little slow for me. Or maybe, I only did 2 episodes, so I got to get back into it. You said it gets better? Okay. I'm going to have to give it more time then. Because I got to a point where it was like, this creature was giving him problems in the spaceship, and then he put him in this rock thing that made him do, okay, what the fuck is this? But I'll give it more time. What books am I reading right now? Well, right now, remember, I'm going to school for this blockchain program. It's called Zero to Blockchain. It's by a company called at the end of the day, it's a company, but it's a university called Kingsland University out of Atlanta. And they've got a program called Zero to Blockchain where they will teach you how to become a blockchain developer. And what they're saying is they're going to front you the whole education process, which is very thorough, by the way. God damn. And teach you how to become a blockchain developer. And I just think that's, just looking and doing the research before I went into the program, I feel like that's the future. So I'm going to make a little video about that because there are literally no video reviews from actual people in the program because there's such few people in the program. You have to take a little brain test, and which isn't hard. If you know basic math, you can pass the test. It's 20 questions. You have 10 seconds to answer each question, and they just want to show your speed and whether or not you can connect the dots on things. But it's a really, 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 really good program, man. I've already passed HTML 1 and 2 and CSS 1, and I'm on CSS 2. And then they kind of work you from HTML, CSS, and then you go on and on and on. And then we're gonna end up doing projects, and so it's very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Because I think cryptocurrency, but not just cryptocurrency, but blockchain in itself is going to be a lot of incredible opportunities. And as much as I like the money that I'm making with trading and affiliate marketing, I'm thinking like, man, in about 8 years, I'm going to be 40 years old. I already have a problem with telling people what I do now because I don't really know what I do. I mean, I know what I do and how to make money, but, I just feel like I'm getting to a point where I just kind of need to just like level up even more into something. So I feel like, I can get myself involved into something, either a project or a business or a startup or something like that to kind of take me to that next level, Yeah. Prop trading? No, I never thought. I mean, I've heard about it. You go in a room, right? It's kind of like, but I don't like the whole idea of somebody getting a percentage. Are they still doing that? The like percentage of your gains and shit? I mean, I know they were doing that years ago. I don't know now. The actor playing Joba Felt is coming back. Okay. Paper Chaser, you say you just got into WTRH, you green? Yeah, man. WTRH, JNUG, all those things. I mean, gold might cool off next week, but like I said, man, over the course of, as the months go by, we'll be at 1800 very shortly. Very shortly. This is just the beginning of gold. You're going to see another $2-3 trillion bailout here soon for certain states. You're going to see another. I think they did something today, actually. I don't know if it passed or not, but you're going to see another couple trillion for the U.S. Postal Service in a couple months. Shout out to the people who work for the Postal Service. I don't care what Trump is playing hardball now, but he's going to cave in because at the end of the day, you've got 100,000 employees. Actually, more than that. I think it's almost like 250,000 employees. Excuse me. U.S. Postal Service is like 250,000 employees. He better get that damn bill done. He better get that deal done. Because you don't want the people who make up the U.S. Postal Service, people who are delivering the mail. You're going into an election cycle and you're telling me people who are delivering the mail, you're not going to make sure they still have a job? Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Get it done. Said TradeNet does the same thing. Trade from home with their money. You split, you keep 80%. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, that's kind of fun. I don't know. I don't really like getting people involved. I don't like people touching my money because it gets funny when people start having your money. On that kind of thing. Look at the people who are that broker Sure Trader. You got some people who still say they haven't got their money back from Sure Trader. You say you used to do a little programming, heard about cybersecurity is easier, needed more. Yeah, there's a lot of hacking going on in cybersecurity and all that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, cybersecurity is always going to be a need for cybersecurity, particularly, in the Internet of all things, where you're going to be able to, all these different gadgets that are going to be connected to the Internet, you're going to need to be able to protect those, And there's going to be a lot of money in cybersecurity and all of that. There's a lot of money now in those things. So, yeah, Trade Zero is for people who are not U.S. citizens, though, Joe, unless they've changed. But I remember I was trying to get an affiliate deal with Trade Zero, and this is almost like 2 years ago now, and they were telling me they don't take U.S. citizens. So they're all about giving international traders access to U.S. exchanges. But shout out to what's this company, the Binary Options Company? God damn, I just used them the other day. I forgot. Nadex. Nadex, I like it. I mean, I can see how people make money in it. But on the trades that give you the highest probability of success, which is what I would always go to, the risk reward is ridiculous. The risk reward is ridiculous. They'll be like, yeah, to do this trade, it'd be like $99 and you earn $6. I'm like, God damn. Like, even in the stock market, it's not, or even on the futures exchange, the risk reward isn't that way off. The way to win at Nadex is just stick to the ones that have, the risk reward is outrageous, But in order to do that, then you got to have huge balance, or you got to risk a lot, and the one time they get you, whereas in the futures market or in the stock market, you're doing 80-90% probability, you can win 9 or 10 times. And even if they get you one time, you still have to be in the trade long enough for that trade to literally go to zero. But Nadex, I don't know. I don't want to shit on them because we'll see. Oh, okay, Joe, they have a U.S. Okay, shout out to Trade Zero. I didn't know that. Yeah, Webull is pretty decent too, man. Webull. I went to somebody's house before this is all, all this happened, and Webull has a very nice setup. Like Webull, for day traders, I mean, they got a really nice desktop application. It's tracking like, you can go onto their little web-based platform on a desktop or laptop. It's a pretty decent setup, man. I was impressed. I was very impressed with Webull. Yeah. Yeah, I would look at the desktop mode. I think you'd be really surprised. I mean, they got a page on there, and then plus, like, the desktop mode, you can pull out certain screens. So if you have like multiple screens set up like I do, I have a 3-screen setup, certain pages can be on, so it's legit, man. For a free trading platform, that was legit. How will that play into cryptocurrency and blockchain? Well, the thing about blockchain, anything can be on the blockchain, but particularly, it's just a it's a trust system, man. The blockchain is a trust system. You know, it's just a way to prove ownership like never before. You know, imagine now being able to see pictures and documents and never ever wondering where it came from or who owned it or who created it. You'd be able to look at the ledger and be able to see who created that picture, when did it, who bought it, who owns it, I mean, it's another level of transparency that we just have to get to. And it's going to piss off a lot of people, and it's going to ruin a lot of businesses that, have relied on a long time of secrecy and, not letting people know what's going on about things. And, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. A lot of companies are going to go broke. But a lot of new industries are going to be built off the blockchain too. New opportunities. You'll never lose a package again on the blockchain. Some people have lost packages before. You'll never lose a package on the blockchain. I mean, you'll always know who was the last person who had it. Now they've gotten better with it, but there are a lot of things that are going to be much, much beneficial. If you're a restaurant, you always know the food you're ordering will be fresh. You'll be able to see when it literally got pulled out to sea, thanks to the blockchain. So quantum computers can upset the blockchain. Well, whatever happens, happens. I mean, how can it be compete? I got to figure out how that happens. I mean, how I don't understand. Appreciate you, paper chasing. Appreciate y'all, man. I'll probably let y'all go here too, man. I'm going to enjoy my afternoon. It's 5:00. Shout out to everybody for joining me today. It was a very impromptu show, but shout out to everybody who came and joined me, man. And this impromptu is so happy to see you guys still fuck with the market, still fuck with me. I'm always gracious, man. It's not about a popularity contest. It's really about just trying to, make some money in the richest country in the world, man. Where you're trying to get a piece of America, right? Of the American dream. Outside of just a home and a car and kids and a family, but some real wealth, hopefully through, this market, just slowly but surely, not being greedy, but just trying to be smart and not allowing your emotions to take you out of the game. Black Buddha, appreciate you, man. Trader Marv, thank you. Who else? Joe Silva, thank you, sir. Who else? Just want to shout out people before I get up out of here. Joe Silva, thank you, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Long time. Most of you guys in here. Dawson, Joe, JT, long time watchers, long time listeners. Appreciate all y'all, man. Who else is in here? I saw Bat Scientist in here earlier, too. Shout out to you, Bats. RT, Pooh, Scorpio, Desert Edge. Gosh, what was his name? What was the guy who used to call about penny stocks? He was in here too. Lawrence Richards, shout out to you. Who else was in here? Bigger KH, appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Dawson, man. Hey, you put it on your Instagram? Or send it to me, bro. Gosh, what was his name? He used to always call about the 000 penny stocks, but he was in here for a minute. He was in here for a minute. I forgot his name. The guy who said he was like, he always sounded like he was 18, but he told me he was like 45 or something like that. I forgot his name. But you know who you are, bro, if you're watching. He called. He hit me up today. Alex Montez, appreciate you, man. All of y'all. No, not you, Desert Edge. It was somebody else. The guy who was Life for a Business. Appreciate you, Rel. Appreciate you. No, I forgot. What the goddamn? What was his name? Yeah, he used to always call about those weirdest 000 stocks with like no volume. I won't remember it. And then as soon as I click off, I'll fucking remember. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about. Until next time, trade well. 2 hours and 21 minutes. I appreciate all of y'all, man.